Hi everyone. In this session, we will discuss one more question related to preparation of balance sheet. So first, all of you observe the question. Here, you are required to prepare a balance sheet from the following information as per the provisions of Companies Act 2013, Schedule 3. So here, we need to prepare balance sheet. For the preparation of balance sheet, they are giving some information, right? The information was equity share capital 9,56,000, preliminary expenses 2,40,000, discount on issue of debentures rupees 20,000, goodwill 30,000, 10% debentures 2 lakhs rupees, stock in trade 1,40,000 rupees, loose tools 12,000, bills receivables 1,40,000, cash at bank 1,35,000 rupees, motor vehicle 4,75,000 and provision for taxation 16,000 rupees. So this is what given information regarding preparation of balance sheet. So let me know. First we need to write the headline. The headline, balance sheet as at. Balance sheet as at. In this question they are not specified name of the company as well as date also. So on that situation just we have to write balance sheet as at. So under the we have to take three columns. The first column regarding particulars, second column notes and third column amount. This is what format. So under that format we need to write two types of transactions. The first one equity and liabilities and the second transactions are related to assets. So let me know the first one equity and liability. So here equity and liabilities under the below the first headline shareholder funds. So for that related to shareholder funds, we can record two types of transactions. One is share capital and second one reserves and surplus. So here, as per the given information, there is an transactions related to share capital. The first one equity share capital, 9,56,000 rupees, right? So they have given only one type of share capital. So on this situation, directly we can record share capital 9,56,000 rupees. This is what first transactions related to capitals. On the same, if there is no transactions are related to reserves and surplus. So the next step that is related to non-current liabilities. Here, non-current liabilities, under that we can record long-term loans and borrowings. Those loans which were repayable more than 12 months period of time. Such transactions we can record under this head. Further related to non-current liabilities, there is a transactions like 10% debentures. Debentures means nothing but long-term borrowings. This is what borrowed capital, right? We are collecting borrowed capital from the public by the way of issuing debentures. So these debentures we can record under the non-current liabilities. You have to write long-term borrowings. So in that bracket just we are showing like 10% debentures. So 10% debentures means nothing but long-term borrowings only. The amounts are 2 lakhs rupees. So this is what two transactions under the first two headlines. The next one, the third headline, current liabilities. Those liabilities which were settled within the 12 months period of time, such liabilities we can record under the current liabilities. So further related to current liabilities, there are few transactions like a provision for taxation. So here provision for taxation is nothing but short-term provisions. These short-term provisions directly we can record. Like short-term mean provision for taxations are 16,000 rupees, right? So that short-term provisions in the bracket just provision for taxation. The amounts are 16,000 rupees. So this is what information regarding equity and liabilities. Now we need to make total balance of last three appropriate heads like shareholder funds, non-current liabilities as well as current liabilities. The total balance of 11 lakh 72,000. This is what total balance of equity and liabilities. So in the other hand, the next headline, assets. The second headline here, assets. First of all, the assets broadly we can classify into two categories, namely non-current assets and current assets. The first one, non-current assets. So first of all here, under the non-current assets we can record fixed assets. So here the fixed assets, directly they give a few transactions. The first of all, the fixed assets we can classify under the fixed assets we can record two types of transactions: tangible assets and intangible assets. For the tangible assets, already know those assets which were easily transferable from person to another person, right? And the same being intangible assets means those assets which we can't able to transferable from person to another person. So here, for that related to tangible assets, there is a transaction that is related to motor vehicle. This motor vehicle easily we can transfer from person to person, right? So this is what related to tangible assets, right? The first transaction we need to write here tangible assets in the bracket motor vehicle. The value of tangible, I mean these motor vehicle cost 4,75,000 rupees. No need to apply working notes for these transactions. Why? Because there are only one transaction means on that situation directly we can record. The next transaction here, intangible assets like goodwill. Goodwill is an example for intangible asset, right? So goodwills are 30,000 rupees. So here for the related to intangible, we have only one transaction, directly we can record. The next headline here, intangible assets like goodwill in the bracket, the amounts are 30,000 rupees. So these are the two transactions are related to fixed assets. The next transactions, you have to observe the question. As per the given information, we have completed share capital, goodwill, debentures, motor vehicle, and provision for taxation. These much of transactions we have completed. The next transaction here, preliminary expenses 2,40,000 rupees. So as per the previous class, the preliminary expenses were deducted out of general reserves. I mean whatever the current year profit, under the profit we are deducted these preliminary expenses. These preliminary expenses are being made before the commencement of a business. Whatever the some legal expenses, legal charges, all these expenses we can call preliminary expenses, right? But in this question they are not mentioned about reserves and surplus. In this situation, the preliminary expenses, this is what we can assume, this is what non-current asset. On the same being, discount on issue of debentures 20,000 rupees. Here, the discount on issue of debentures, this is completely written off at the next 12 months period of reporting period. So in this situation, we can consider both the transactions are related to other non-current assets. So there are two transactions are related to other non-current assets, right? Now we need to apply working notes. The headline notes to accounts, under that the first one other non-current assets, under below columns are particulars and amount. The first one preliminary expenses 2,40,000 rupees, right? So suppose these preliminary expenses given on the same being there is an reserves and surplus means under situation the preliminary expenses we can written up out of its reserves and surplus amount. But in this question there is no information about reserves and surplus as per the given information. Hence preliminary expenses are shown under the head of other non-current asset only. When they are given any information regarding reserves and surplus, that situation only we can record under that. But there is no information regarding reserves and surplus means on that situation these preliminary expenses it will shown under the head of other non-current asset. The first one preliminary expenses 2,40,000 rupees. The second one discount on issue of debentures 20,000 rupees. So these discount on issue of debentures, it is assumed that discount on issue of debentures is not written off in the next 12 months of the reporting period. That situations we can consider this is an other non-current assets. Now we need to make total balance of these transactions. 2,40,000 plus 20,000, total 2,60,000 rupees. These 2,60,000 rupees we can call other non-current asset. So these transactions we can record under the non-current assets here. Other non-current assets are 2,60,000 rupees. Working note number 1. 2,60,000. This is what total other non-current asset. The next second headline related to assets, current assets. Here, current assets, those assets which were recoverable within the 12 months, right? So here, for that related to current assets, again there are few transactions. A few transactions here. So stock in trade. Stock in trade as well as loose tools both are related to inventories. Inventory is nothing but stock. For these two transactions, now again we need to apply one more working note. That's again working note. Inventories under that particular amount column. The first one, stock in trade 1,40,000 and loose tools 12,000 rupees. The total balance 1,52,000 rupees. These 1,52,000 rupees we can call total inventories in the business organization. Now we need to write the next one, inventories. In that note column we need to write note number 2. The amounts are 1,52,000 rupees. This is what total inventories in the business. The next transaction. So in final there are only two transactions. Bills receivables. Bills receivables means nothing but trade receivables, right? So trade receivables. The second one, cash at bank. Cash at bank is nothing but cash and cash equivalents. Both our transactions are related to current assets. The next one, trade receivables. Trade receivables means nothing but bills receivable, right? The amounts are 1,20,000 rupees. The next one, cash and cash equivalents. In this question, the one bank balance, right? Bank balance means nothing but cash and cash equivalents we can write. Amounts are 1,35,000 rupees. So this is what information regarding preparation of balance sheet. Now we need to make total balance. So all these total balance 11,72,000. So here assets are equals to liabilities plus capital. On the same meaning, whatever the information they given, we are utilized optimally by the preparation of these balance sheet. We have completed all the transactions regarding this balance sheet. So here there are two working notes we are prepared. For each working note we are entered two to multiple transactions. So this is what solution regarding preparation of balance sheet. So here from up to last few classes we are discussed the questions are related to whatever the question bank issued by the PU board. So all the questions we are completed. That questions are related to statement of profit and loss account as well as balance sheet. All the questions we are completed. In the next upcoming session, we will start one more question that is related to practical oriented question in this chapter. So thank you students.